Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And if you're just tuning in, where have you been? We're giving you nothing but the best in lunchbox magic, whether it's back to school or back to work. Now, not only is our loft giving us like a new, refreshed facelift look, we're also giving you new and improved recipes, and that's exactly what we're about to do.
That's exactly what we're about to do. Get January, a lot of people are looking at the cabbage in their fridge and they're thinking, how can I revolutionize? We're trying to give you ideas on how to make the most of those ingredients.
I love it. Now, back to school and work means back to the busyness of life. Krush is all about unlocking your 100%. And we've got you covered with these delicious flaky, cheese, tomato, and salami phyllo rolls that are quick to make and a great alternative than a sandwich. You know, we're taking that idea of a sandwich, we're flipping it on its head for your lunchbox with a refreshing Krush juice. Lunch is sorted.
Lunch is sorted, my friend. And I know we're talking about lunch boxes because it's that time of the year where everyone has maxed out their bank cards, everyone has maxed out their credit, like Zima, you know?
Tell me about it, I feel attacked.
We're going back into our fridge now and we're stuck there thinking, what can I make with the stuff that I've got? And this is what I love this recipe for. So my friend, it starts with just some phyllo pastry that we've got here. If you don't have phyllo pastry and you perhaps have another, let's say puff pastry, you could try it with a puff pastry. I would suggest just rolling it out so it's nice and flat. Okay. But I'm loving the reason for puff pastry, for phyllo because of that crunchy element that comes with it. So as you saw, I removed the cloth from the phyllo on top because we want to make sure we keep it moist. It's one of those pastries that just a lot of air could actually dry it out. So we're trying to minimize that. So to start it off, I've got my phyllo pastry over here. And the first step, because we want to add a bit of flavor, different flavor elements, I'm going to go in with the drizzle of honey.
Oh, wow.
The honey basically gives us the sweetness to this. And I know Gucci tomatoes have their own natural sweetness, but we're just basically amping it up just slightly.
I'm obsessed with that sweet, savory mixture.
It is a great combination and it actually releases so much more saliva. So it actually, if you're releasing more saliva when you're eating something, that means it's good.
Your appetite is activated.
Exactly. So we're now going to start into the assembling of our phyllo pastry or our rolls over here. So I've got salami, which is that salty element, so the sweet, the salty, and then the fresh element, which is then our tomatoes that I'm adding over here. It's somewhat of a take on a pizza roll if you could as well. So if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you've got tin tomatoes, just maybe cook them down so that they're slightly thicker, and then you add this to it. But I mean, it's not complete, Phyllo.
Without the cheese.
You know. All right, we want to just bind this together and make sure it comes together, and then we're gonna roll this baby over. And then once it's rolled,
Bada boom, bada bam.
Someone has been on holiday for quite some time now and you just put this baby down. I'm going to do another one because this is a disastrous example.
I'm going to get started with our lunchbox. Now, every lunchbox, I believe, needs to have the balance of nutrition and tastiness. So we've got some celery, we've got carrots, and we've also got some fresh fruit. I mean, this is pretty much foolproof. I don't have to do much, but just put it together. I'll put the carrots on this side and the salami on the other side. Now, not only are we packing in the nutrients with these veggie fruit mixtures in your lunchbox, but by adding Clover Krush, it elevates any and every lunchbox. I mean, with 100% goodness from Krush, you get 100% fruity, tasty goodness, and it's the best accompaniment for any meal. And this is why it is my #1 pick for any scuffed in. I'm actually going to have a sip right now.
Please,
I'm going to have another sip right now. Dumi, a lot of people also don't know that Krush is packed and filled with vitamins A, C, and E. No sugar is added, and Krush has all the goodness that we need to get through the day.
Exactly, and I'm loving the fact that you've not only put the Krush in your lunchbox, you've also got so many other fresh and cooked elements in your lunchbox. And we're saying, we're now in the earlier times of the year, we're rejuvenating ourselves, and this is where all that nutrition comes in.
And this is good for school, it's good for work. Zonke bonke.
And that is it. Friend, you can decant it, but I don't think it's necessary. Nasis kaftin.
Nasis kaftin sako, bada boom, bada bam.
Thank
us later. Now, to get your hands on this recipe, simply head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. Now, keep an eye out for Krush's social media pages for more information on the Unlock You 100% with Krush TV show, coming soon on SABC2. Exciting.
I'll swap my cake and my car for a Krush. Sure? 100%. Yes.
100% tasty, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.